This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, originally a Dallas kid, but played his college ball, of course, at nearby UGA in Athens, Matthew Stafford.
And he was well-schooled in pro-style offense while he was at Georgia. Ability to push the ball downfield, making reads, understanding what defenses were doing. So he came out pro-ready in so many ways, but especially with his talent. He can throw it, and a very sturdy kid.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. And now the offense for Detroit.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. The first carry now. This is Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Jack Fox now gets set to punt. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
59, ready.
Now Ryan down around the goal line. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Now it's Ryan. To the right side and complete to Hurst. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. The Falcons send out their punter as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taken at the 37. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, 58 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Well, they got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Up on 1st and 10.
Kill.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Ryan, complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now a draw play for Gurley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Smith. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. It was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run the counter. Swift. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Many people thought Keanu Neal was overdrafted by Atlanta, but they saw his talents and knew that he would fit their scheme perfectly. A hybrid player, can play deep in the secondary as a safety, can drop down into the box and also make a lot of tackles, and at times can stay on the field and serve a linebacker role as well.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They got to get to the 20. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He completes it to Jones. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Stafford, and he rifles one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Throwing on third down, Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw is Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now it's Gurley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the 25 on second down, Ryan, open man is Ross, complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the gun, it's Ryan. And it's caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. One receiver left, 3 to the right. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Ryan toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He's looking for Ridley again, but it'll be 2nd and goal. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. Try to punch it in with Smith. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford is going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? That was 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
We got this.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 85 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
McManus now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
There's something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 29, Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. backfield. That's complete. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Throwing is Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass. And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward? Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down. And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Ryan. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career. You're saying that's going into the trophy case? I'd put it there. Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively? I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game. Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here? Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done. On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's complete. It's Collins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say? Play action. Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it? No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's caught. Jones. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone. So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
260. 57, come on. Drop deep, drop deep.
On first down. Stafford here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Swift. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The Lions on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jesse James there to make the grab. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 17-14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Smith. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Ryan going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a third down. Stafford looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be fourth down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ito Smith heading back out with the rest of his offensive crew. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? To throw again on second down. Ryan. That his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers would tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game now.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. On second and 10, Stafford, open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, it's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Stafford on first down. Caught by Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, 44 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And they got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. From the 35 on second down, Ryan, the Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Well, the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was just saying now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and throw him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
The final shot before the break, Stafford. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's Matthew Stafford who's had it working in the first half. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. To throw on 3rd down. Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now Gurley. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Gurley. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So that one will be accepted. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun. Ryan. That's complete to Smith. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. On 2nd down, it's Smith. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. The open man is Smith. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now it's Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
On first down, it's Gurley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 17, Ryan. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Johnson jostles free, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Jones has it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Stafford now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
He completes it to Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Johnson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late.
Bailey's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. Throwing again on second down. Ryan. And that is... The Falcons on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that's caught by Smith. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
14 yards there on a Falcon first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Ryan will throw again. He almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Lions will take over. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And on the stop, DeMonte Casey. From the 40 now on second down. Stafford. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
That's how we do it, baby.
Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. James has got it. Complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
You got it.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Open man is Ross, complete. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing again, Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw again is Ryan. And it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Tight end's right. You got three down.
To throw again, Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Ryan. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Staying on his feet. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. An incomplete pass on first down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Swift. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So out come the Falcons now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. It's caught. Jones.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm here all day.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And Graham's got it, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Play action. It's Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st down, Ryan. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This one caught by Ridley. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. One last shot for Ryan. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Defense.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And they take a knee. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Detroit, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.